All right, we are back. The sub goal is not going to be present, I don't think. Unfortunately. But the stream is like in real time right now, so that's cool. Oh, hey, it is working. Love that for us. What does finagling mean? It means to make something work, to jerry rig something, to manipulate it until it does what you want it to do. Finagle. The word of the day is finagle. So, as a content creator, I do have 10 free gifted memberships per month that I can do. Um, Previously, I accidentally had my YouTube account created as a brand account. So, part of the reason why the stream was a little bit late today getting started was because I turned my brand account into a YouTube account and it deleted like my Streamlabs settings. Um, but when I sign into my YouTube account now, my account is my account. So I don't have to switch users to get to my YouTube account anymore. It is my account. So, yeah, I am in the process of losing my voice right now, Wookie. Welcome, the one and true villager. Welcome, Whis, Rob, War, Keck, AJ, Jupiter, and Mr. Twirtles, two of the longtime members getting some gifted subs from that. It does gift randomly, Wookie, so next time when I am live, we'll have to get you some access. I do have more emotes on the way that are Brass Coin channel specific, so I'm really excited about those when we're able to get them. I'm going to see if I can mess with my audio settings here and turn down some of the game volume. Perfect. All right. I think we're good, ready to go. 10 is a like goal. I think we should have surpassed that by now. Usually within the first few minutes of a stream, we are hitting 10 anyways. By the way, guys, is this coming across as a YouTube short stream? That is the question, because right now it appears to me in every way to be a regular stream in... I'm not sure if it's... I'm not sure if it's doing what it's supposed to. Shark Lord, no Discord link in that goal you're setting. You do have the emotes now, so set the goal. A light goal of 15 should be sufficient to start off the stream. Don't worry about the Discord link. Actually, we need a light goal of 25. We're at 17 likes already. Let's get it. Let's get it hit, and let's get started with the stream. Yeah, I don't know if... I think it's because I failed to get a thumbnail put into the video appropriately, so I think that's part of the reason why it's acting weird for us, but oh well. And as you guys so aptly said last time, we are more likely at like 7 hours of streaming here. Get that updated. It's only every month, Wookie, and I can gift 5. I think I only gifted 5 so far. So we'll see what I'm able to do. Next stream I'll probably gift 5 right as it begins. I want to see if I can get my moderators some free memberships just so that they can have a better ability to set these goals for me. Definitely helps out. So we're going to go ahead and pin Shark's message there. But yeah, I waited too long to try and gift this stream. Yeah, so as I said the other night, my kid was in the ER. He's good now. Temperature, we cracked his temperature, so it broke. His fever broke. Wife is sick. I'm starting to get sick again. Just got better, but whatever. Losing my voice a little bit. Just have a cough so far. Nothing too crazy. Yes, you do got to be in chat to get a membership, but you don't have to be actively chatting, or else you guys would have got the memberships for sure. I forgot. I'm kind of trying to play a game here. Next time you gift, can you make sure me or any other mod who needs it is in chat, please? I will do my best. I did not realize when I gifted that we had like 29 people in the chat. I was expecting 5. Gonna be honest. You been gifted and was never subscribed to the channel? That's actually pretty funny. Something embarrassing happened, huh? Hey, Star Killer, welcome. I mean, I could do the other round of 5 right now. Given that there are currently 10 people in the chat, there's a good chance that it'll hit you, Star Killer and Wookie, but I can't guarantee it. Should we take a stab? The one and true villager. Aaron Queen. Neutral 69. Yeah, it's not even gifting it to people that are here. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, there were literally 5 of you guys here at that moment. Like, it literally just gave it to random people that weren't even here. Wookie Spooky, it did not. It is so random. I thought it only gave it to people that were actively in the chat. Bunch of crap anyways. Oh well. Now it looks like my channel's doing better than it really is. What would be really nice is if YouTube paid me for those still. At least there is more people with that green name. Yeah, my channel's on fire. People are gifting subs like crazy, you know? I think more people should gift subs and all that. I'll have to see tomorrow on my channel analytics what it did to the revenue. I doubt it does anything. I want your name to be purple. Is there purple names on YouTube? Also, guys, I apologize for my voice. It is not sounding pretty. Watch it become rare for you to get a gifted sub than for someone to get a shiny Jirachi. I really feel like there should be a way to give it to a specific person. I doubt it. Most of those names I've never seen drop a chat before. Gonna be real honest. Like, out of the people that did get them, like Mr. Twirtle's Jupiter, I know. Whis was gifted a membership too, which is funny because they are already a member. And then the one and true Villager and Aaron Queen. Those were the only names I recognized. So 4 out of 9, 5 out of 9, or 10, I guess. Yeah, Whis, you were one of the people that did a gifted membership to for some reason. It's like, you know what Whis needs? Whis needs this. Whis needs a membership. Now you're double green. Indeed. Oh, a public service announcement that kind of happened really, really quickly. Um, the YouTube channel will experience disruption May 29th through June 1st. I will be moving. I'm staying within the same area. In fact, I'm staying within the same apartment complex. I am switching buildings to a 3-bedroom apartment for my family. So we will have the YouTube studio back. It'll have its own space. I'll be able to stream whenever I want throughout the day, barring responsibilities have been met. So it'll be better for the channel. It'll be better for my house, my family. No, babies are still gonna share a room. Like, it is purely so that we can have a dining room for family dinners, and because right now I am sitting in my dining room. Like, this YouTube area is my dining room. So we'll be getting our dining room back. We'll be getting a little bit bigger place, and we'll be getting a 3rd bedroom so that we can have a YouTube studio back. Which means it will be something that I can customize, set up, plan to stay here for a little while. It's also because with my job being able to work from home here in the near future, I will be needing a place where I can sit and do my job. And yes, Aaron, you were gifted a membership somehow. I was able to gift 10 free memberships to the channel because of being a content creator, and it selected you. It will not allow me to spin it around easily due to it being on a cable attached to my PC. But yeah, I'm stoked that I'll have a area for YouTube where I won't be waking up my wife in the middle of the night. I can stream earlier in the day because if my wife's home watching my kid, I can have an early morning stream because there's a place to do it where he's not running around. He will still make appearances, of course. We have a few YouTube videos that I need to do before we pack up and move, but yeah, good stuff in the works, good stuff coming down the line. Super excited about that. I sound stoked. I sound like my voice is dying a little bit because my kid got everybody in my house sick, but that's okay. I'm a little bit dead tired because since Friday I've been running on nothing but fumes. And that's why I sound so calm. Yeah. Yeah. I am both actively losing my voice and trying not to cough up a lung. I'm not succeeding at either. At this point, I've just accepted that this is probably going to be my permanent voice because my voice only got a little bit better before returning to this. So, yeah. Who's going to be putting the light goals when everybody needs it? Well, not Wookie Spooky. Whis, that means you're up. Well, Shark Lord's out, you're up since you got access to those sick emotes. And I'm hoping that in the next 4 days we'll get those emotes dropped to us. Oh, I'm feeling well enough to stream. It's just my voice is crap. I'm good enough to go to work. I'm good enough to stream. How we doing on the light goal anyways? We still at 17? 19. Ooh, almost there. Almost there, almost there. We're climbing. We're moving. We're schmoving. We're getting some viewers in the chat. We're getting some viewers in the stream. Starting off the stream with long encounters. Man. Wiss, it would have been funny if your alt account got it. Sometimes you gotta refresh it. I don't think so, Wookie. Yeah, I don't think it did. Wait, there's no music? You guys don't hear that? Oh shoot, you right. There is no music. What? Is there music now? I bet there is. I'm just over here vibing to my bop. We were up at up as high as we were at 20,256 at some point today. Maybe even 58, I'm not sure. But subs have been falling today. We've lost like 6 subs today. Talking about alt accounts, getting that Wasito appearance in here. It's small with. Oh my goodness. I was hoping to have all these prepped by the end, or by the beginning of the stream today, but I just wasn't able to make it happen, unfortunately. I was spending too much time on my Pokemon Moon playthrough, trying to get it ready to shiny hunt Poipole for when we find Manaphy. And I will have my next 2 hunts ready after Manaphy's found, so that's cool. Brass, you have a Discord server suggestion. Okay. I have a suggestion to hear, or in this case, read. Especially if it's a good one. Have a channel where every day you say if you're going live that day or if you aren't going live that day. I think I can do one better, and that is get on an actual stream schedule so people know when I'm going live. That's gonna be the ideal. Ideally, I will be live every day from 5 to 7 or something like that. But that's not exactly the schedule. In the eventual future, when I'm working from home and don't have to drive for a half hour to get to work, I would like to do more of a like 10 to 2 type schedule. And just be consistent. Or even a really early morning schedule, like a 5 to 8 stream schedule in the morning. I'm gonna have to play with it and figure out what's gonna work best for me. But ideally, a schedule would be obtained. I prefer the late night streams personally, so Yeah. Yeah. I did. I did say that. And then my wife was trying to die. Yeah, so Friday night, I was feeling fine. My kid was sick. My kid was way too whiny for me to do a stream. My wife stayed home from work Sunday, so she was in the living room, and I was unable to do a stream Sunday because she was really sick. And that's why we did not have a stream Sunday. She's doing better. Tomorrow we go to the doctor. She'll get some antibiotics and stuff and figure out what we need to do that way. So, we'll be good. She does play Zelda games, actually. Many a dates we had playing Zelda. She has to play Zelda games because her ring was Zelda inspired. Could you imagine if I would have just been like, here's this random Zelda inspired ring to somebody who's never liked or played Zelda? Oop, I'm dead. Oops. I sure didn't. Not gonna lie, like, I am thrilled to be shiny hunting Manaphy on stream, but like, I'm also gonna be super thrilled to find Manaphy. I want to move on to some challenges. Kraz, welcome. Welcome, hello. How are you doing this evening? A Darth for fun, welcome. I do not remember that name, but welcome back. Long time no see. Unless you are Striker. Krozerblix. I don't know if that's how that's supposed to be said, but it's how I'm going to say it. It is I, Striker. Welcome, Striker. It is special shinies. Everyone is Striker now. Yeah, basically. At least everyone with Wookiee or everyone with Darth in its name is automatically a Striker. I was more thrown off by the Funky Kong PFP. Arcanus the Wolf. I can say wolf, I promise. You spent hours grinding in Vampire Survivors. You're burnt out. No idea what that game is, but welcome to the stream. I definitely understand the struggle of a long grind. It's difficult. Ooh. Whis. Don't doubt the Sprite Cranberry with the Canadians, okay? You can't. I mean, if it's got ginger and lemon in it, like, they're going to have it. It's a difficult roguelike. You survive waves of enemies and you get to pick items and weapons. Oh, okay, okay. That makes sense. You don't have Sprite Cranberry anymore, sadly. You lived the meme. The cranberry drinks are mine. It won an Indie Award. Okay, okay. Might be worth looking into. Alright, that game is ready to trade, ready to go. Is this one ready to go? Do I have 6 Pokemons? No, I only have 4. What's wrong with me? This game be slacking. Camilla, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Getting a lot of new names coming up in here. Super excited about that. Even if my voice is trash right now, I'm starting to wonder if my Discord message reached some people or something. Got a bunch of new people. You accidentally called Striker last night? Wookie, how did this happen? Elaborate, please. You're pretty sure the Discord message did something? It seems like it. I mean, if it summoned Striker to the stream, it definitely did something. So, like, that's nothing to shake your tail feathers at. Maybe 4, but not at. Any stream we get Striker or CB Genius is a good stream. Here is proof that you're not Striker. Oh yeah, I knew it was Striker as soon as the cranberry soda popped up. Him and CB Genius with their ginger ale stuff. Like, they just go hand in hand. In other news, for those of you guys who know who the infamous Biddy is in the server, or that used to be in the Discord server, I may or may not be working with Biddy at my job in the near future. I can't say for sure one way or the other, but they are hiring in my position, and I did alert them that the position is open for my job. Not mine specifically, but working alongside me. So we'll see if they put in for it and get hired for it, but there's a chance that I'll be working with Biddy again. Been good 4 years since I last worked with them. It was always a good time. So, all right, we are just about ready to actually get to some Manaphy encounters. Pretty stoked about that. I just got to save my other game and pop in the game that has my Manaphys. We will save here. I was getting 2 cartridges ready simultaneously. Gadzooks. Darth, for fun, is that a Luigi's Mansion reference with that Gadzooks? That sounds very familiar. Egads. Yep, Egads is definitely the professor's catchphrase, but I wasn't sure if he had like Gadzooks in there somewhere. I don't know. All right, who's ready finally for some encounters? I sure am. Oh, Luigi's Mansion is more than just fire. It is an inferno. The only sad thing about Luigi's Mansion is that the second one is getting remade instead of the first, and that's just very disappointing to me. Like, the first one definitely deserved to be remade for the Switch so that we could have the trilogy on the Switch. Like, it is so bullcrap that they did not put number 1 on the Switch. Just 3-pack, come on. That's all we needed to be happy, really. Plus, the first one is so much better than Dark Moon. Are you kidding me? The first one slapped so hard. It was not great. It took away from the amazing splendor that was Luigi's Mansion. It just made it too easy. You have Luigi's Mansion on your Wii U? They put it on the Wii U? What? How? Why? What? But, like, it's a GameCube game. How did the Wii U have GameCube games? What? Like, it didn't get remade. It didn't get remastered. It's just there? Sorry, I am simultaneously trying to pay the fees needed to change apartments here. So I'm having a little bit of a time of it. New security deposit. I wrote it down on my hand. Whatever did happen to Mystic King, I don't know, but it's been a hot minute since they've popped in. If I remember right, they were a friend of Mimikyu fans, weren't they? It's been a little bit. Also, thank you guys so much for popping into the stream here. If you want to chat with us, feel free to drop some messages. You do not have to be subscribed to chat in the chat section. There are 30 people watching right now. We do have a like goal of 30. If we could get some of you guys to smash that like button, we'll smash the goal, and we can get a new goal to go for the rest of the stream. The channel moderators were a little bit ambitious with the opening goal for the channel, but honestly, I think we're going to hit it. We're 5 likes away. If you're on mobile, press and hold the phone screen. A menu will pop up. Smash that thumbs up button. Give us a like. Spread this stream around YouTube. Get us some more concurrent viewers. It would definitely help the stream grow and improve the standing of the channel quite significantly. The goal was completely reasonable. Sharklord defending the goal. I'm not going to lie. It is pretty reasonable considering we're just about to smash it. I think it was a fair goal. Definitely one that caused a stretch for the channel. Rival Lobster has joined the Brass Coin collection. You all should too. Thank you so much, Rival Lobster, for subscribing. I feel like you've been subscribed though. Like, I definitely distinctly remember your name. Chatting with us one day. Maybe it was a comment on my videos. But I feel like I remember that name. Yeah, Wookie Spooky, you right. You right. It would have been easily hit. Maybe a little bit too easily. How many Pokemon have I hatched? Ah, we've hatched them all. Let's get us a summary here. I need to write that down because I keep track of these. I don't know why I keep track of these, but I do. Trainer ID was 19493. Not shiny, not shiny, not shiny, not shiny. Let's get us a trade going on. Striker, I don't think I put as a mod on YouTube. He's a Discord mod, though. I did not see what that Cons has subscribed. Thank you so much for subscribing. Joining the Brass Coin collection, Cons. Was never a mod on the YouTube. Too inactive. I mean, he's honest, ladies and gentlemen. He is honest. Load up a trade. I mean, nobody was a mod on YouTube until I decided to make Wookie Spooky and Sharklord mods on YouTube. So, I mean, it is what it is. Who's my favorite Sage? I don't feel like there's an answer to that question without getting baited. Like, I am obligated to say Princess Rudo. Like, I don't think that there is a way to not choose Princess Rudo. Tears of the Kingdom Sage. Well, that's an even less of a decision. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Tears of the Kingdom, the only appropriate answer to that question is Riju or Sidon. Burb. Listen, if Rivali was a sage, he would be my favorite. But since Rivali is not a sage, then I have to go with I have to go with Riju. Wookie Spooky, I love it. Jiraiya, yes. He is the true sage. I just need Mesa Falls. Here we go. I am trying to do way too much stuff right now. Daruk, if he was a sage. Daruk's pretty alright. You have played all of AOC and you still hate him. Are you referring to Rivali, Shark Lord? Okay, Shark Lord, have you played the Champion's Ballad part of Breath of the Wild, the DLC? Have you played the DLC for Breath of the Wild? It is a 250. 250. Sorry, I had to figure out how much I need to pay for my new deposit. Because I did say that I was moving apartments, but I still got to get some stuff paid for it. Done. Don't even get me started in that crusty, dusty, nasty excuse of a monk. You cannot believe Monk Moskeshia gave you the hardest fight out of the Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Lego or Darth for fun. Why don't I recognize that name? Like, that name definitely is not the correct name. Monk Moskosha? There's a streamer that you watch who plays Pokemon, and he says that he has to only have 3 hearts and no hits on Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild, or else it's too easy for him. Okay, yeah, I mean, it is possible to make it through Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom without getting hit. It's Koshia. Okay, I thought so. Yes, that was Wifey Coin that was in the kitchen, getting some water or something. Okay, but what I want you to look at, Shark Lord, with your disagreeing words and nonsense, is which character in that game had the best and most extensive character arc. And when you come back, your answer will be Rivali. Rivali is like the only character with character development in the entirety of the story of Breath of the Wild. It is Rivali, but you still hate him. Shark Lord, dig deep into your soul, okay? So that's step 1. Step 2, think about why you really hate Rivali. And then let me know why you hate Rivali. Wookie Spooky, I personally would not want a Zelda game where I play as Zelda. I'm glad Tears of the Kingdom did not have us play as Zelda. He wanted to abandon Child Tulin in AOC. I didn't even think Tulin was in Age of Calamity, was he? I thought that was Teba. Because, you know, AOC is 100 years before Tulin's time. Like, I don't even think Teba knew Rivali. Stuck in what forest? Like, clearly you remember something about Age of Calamity that I do not. In Age of Calamity, Tulin isn't even born yet. What do you mean time travel stuff? Link goes back into the past, doesn't he? Or I guess Terraco does. Sorry, Terraco goes back into the past. Tulin's not even a thing. I'm so confused right now. Suga. I miss Suga. The Farron Woods. Is this DLC in the Age of Calamity that I'm just not aware of? Like, is that what's going on right now? Terraco does, then it brings the new champions with it later on to protect the champions. Yeah, it brings Taba. Doesn't it? Whoa, camera, what's going on with you, bro? My camera just broke. What the heck? You better? You good? You good? You good, camera? Oh, there it went. It fixed itself. Well, Striker, you have a wonderful night. Go protect Gotham. The Gotham in your dreams. It also takes Tulin for some reason. Interesting. Camera doesn't support that much beauty. Well, thank you. Look up Tulin, Age of Calamity. I'll have to. Like, I blew through the game, so, like, the potential for me to miss something is definitely easily there. Rivali is only nice to Tulin one time. Okay, but to be fair, Tulin needs a Sage Stone from the freaking Zonai in order to be half as cool as Rivali. Just saying. Rivali is permanently ravioli on the channel, just so you guys are aware. And even then, it's more of him just not being a jerk to him. The one and true villager is done studying. Hopefully you learned a lot. You even got the approval sneeze. That's funny. That's funny. Shoot, the rate we're going, we're going to be lucky to get through all the games today. Goodness, it took me like a solid hour to get the first set of games ready. That's crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 games to hatch these eggs in. Also, I do want to humbly submit, Shark Lord, that Age of Calamity takes place in a time period before Rivali got humbled. Just so we're on the same page there. The Rivali in Age of Calamity and the Rivali in Breath of the Wild can hardly be considered the same person. Rivali is a changed bird. Yeah, they unsubscribed because they couldn't handle Shark Lord's Rivali slander. I would have unsubscribed too. Like, oh, this channel puts up with Rivali slander? Nah, fam, I'm out. Of course I blame it on you. Naturally, with that Rivali slander. You've been subbed since 18K. Very nice. There's Wookie. Very nice. Yeah, 18K feels like it wasn't that long ago, but like at the same time, it was forever ago. Like, the road from 18K to 19K, I swear, it took like 10 months. At least you can say that you were subbed before 20K. Absolutely. 20,000 of you guys can say that. It's pretty freaking sweet. But hey, all you guys can say you're subbed before 100K. And I'm going to be ecstatic at that point. Yeah, Sharkbird's been subscribed for like ever. Yes. We're going to try to hit 30 this year. We got a long road to go. We got like 9,748 subscribers to hit the goal of the year for 30K, and we got half a year to do it. Definitely going to need to get on some consistent stream schedules in order to pull that off. That and only about 1,000 people are actually here for the channel for the channel's sake. So the rest are here for, you know, the bots and crap. Super Gamer 314. Your heart goes out to me. You did this hunt yourself and it took 4 years before you got me. Yours. Oof. That is a huge amount of time. How many hours do you think you put into it, Super Gamer? We just got done with the Jirachi shiny hunt. That one took 95 hours and a total of 1,738 encounters. So Manaphy's definitely a hunt. It took me off and on, like Wookie said, 2 years. I couldn't do it all in one sitting, but I did it 95 hours over the course of 2 years, most of which was over the course of 2 months. It was wild. Would not recommend. If I had to, though, I feel like this one would be easier to RNG manipulate. Yeah, 195 hours. No, it should have been 95. Wasn't it? I feel like it was only 95. Yeah, it was only 95 hours. Yeah, I second guess myself. I was like, maybe. It felt like 195, not gonna lie. Not shiny. Not shiny. Not shiny. Not shiny. And then we run it back just to make sure I'm not stupid. You hunted 12 hours a day, 5 days a week, consistently. Oh, gosh, dang. You can hear Cynthia's theme in the background. You very likely can. This says it's Pokemon Black and White medley. Whether that is what's playing right now, I could not vouch for at the moment. But it says we're playing Pokemon Black and White theme. Black White E4, that makes sense. Gen 3 Elite 4 hits so hard though, being real with you guys. That Garchomo is truly a beast. I love how Garchomo has taken over the channel. And I think out of all of the things I've said and done here on the channel, Garchomo deserves to be on a shirt the most. You know that Velociraptor meme with it thinking, I need to do that, but with Garchomo. I don't know what the caption's going to be, but I think that needs to be... I think that needs to be the depiction anyways. I don't want to see my trainer case. I want to trade. Thank you. Oh, I'm aware, Wookie. I'm aware. Heck yeah, I'll accept this trade offer. He's gonna give me some good stuff. Gonna get like Manaphy. Gonna get like a Bidoof and Starlies and crap. They've been at my house with a hammer for less. What's up, Feet Liquor? How's it going? And then don't lower the bar even more. You're currently trying to find a copy of the Coliseum bonus disc yourself. Hopefully you get that Sleepy Boy before bank goes dark. For real, for real. Yeah, that disc is like 300 bucks these days, I swear. It is very much expensive. Shark Lord definitely need to sleep right now. Shark Lord, you have a fantastic night. Yeah, Wookie Spooky, you're either a Gen 5er or a Gen 6er. If you are a Gen 6er, you will be the first one I've ever met. Gen 6 definitely gets a lot of hate. Anwarcito, welcome. May the divine bless the screw of the caster wheel on the delivery truck that brought the materials for the craftsman to assemble the gaming chair where this monument reclines in its digital glory. That is probably the best comment I've read on a stream. Welcome, Anwarcito. Welcome. Gen 6 is bad. I didn't even think Gen 6 was that bad. I do enjoy Gen 6. You love the Gen 6 starters and remember them from when you were little, so it makes you happy to think about them. Gen 6 did have some great starters except for Chestnut. He's not lying though. Personally, your combo of a Gen 3er and a Gen 4 super gamer, honestly, best way to be. Gen 3 or Gen 4 combo. I know very few people that are Gen Center or Gen 7ers, Gen 7 fans, that Gen 7 was not their first Pokemon game. Gen 4 is also pretty similar to that. Anwarcito, if you're heading out, you have a good one. If that's a hello, hello there. Welcome again. Like, most people I know that have Gen 4 as their favorite, that was their first Pokemon game. Same for Gen 7. Most people that have Gen 3 as their favorite either came in before Gen 4 or they don't want to be a Gen 1 fan. I first played Gen 1. I do appreciate greatly Gen 2, but Gen 3 is the best. Gen 3 is the bread and butter. Gen 3 has the lore. It has the side quests. It has the decks. It has the interconnectivity of the most games needed to complete the Pokedex. It was a challenge. Its mythicals were obtainable to a degree. I loved it. Gen 3 had fantastic Pokemon, a great region despite all of the water. There was just a lot to do, a lot to find, and the colors are just gorgeous. There's not a bad Pokemon in the mix either. Gen 2, I love the old style of Japan that it captured. Gen 1 was a great first edition of the games. Gen 4, I think, had some regression. Not gonna lie. I think the world was pretty bland. It was mostly mountain. And it ran like crap on the DS. It really was terrible running. But I can forgive it its faults. Gen 5, amazing. The mythicals still are obtainable to a large degree. True that. First Pokemon game Wookie ever played. Is Sword Shield. Unless you count you finding some Mankey in a tree on someone's 3DS in a Pokemon game that you don't remember. I mean, I guess we couldn't count that. Star Killer, you loved Sword and Shield. You don't know how people didn't like it. You still play those games. It's because we played a good Pokemon game. No, I love Sword and Shield. I do have my dislikes about it. I bounce back and forth on whether or not I think Gen 7 is worse than Gen 8. Personally, I am in a playthrough through Gen 7 presently, and I gotta say, I think they're tied. I think my official stance is going to be that they are officially tied in my mind. The reason being is that Gen 7 is very hand-holdy, and I hated that. I hated how every time you go into a route, you get told where to go. And you don't get to just explore and go get into mischief, all that fun stuff. Pokemon Sword does the same thing, except for they did it much more egregiously. They also copied How. Our rival Hop is basically How in a different color palette. Same person, same attitude, same mid-journey crisis, same mannerisms, everything's just the same. Same hand-holding through the routes. Like, you cannot go through any route in Sword and Shield without getting sidetracked with a cutscene telling you a very boring piece of a story that nobody really cares about. Sword's redeeming quality is the DLC for Isle of Armor is so freaking amazing that, like, I have to love it. I love every Pokemon game, but Sword and Shield and Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon annoy me the most out of all of them. Alright, let's catch up on chats here. Star Killer, first one you ever played was Red, a couple years after it came out. Epic. See, for me, Wookie, the graphics have nothing to do with my love or hate for a Pokemon game. I grew up with Red and Blue. Like, you don't get much worse than that as far as graphics go. Sword Shield was not the worst. Honestly, don't know. Yeah. The tree argument is there, but it's still dumb. Super Gamer, what is the tree argument? Sword Shield had a magnificent storyline, and the DLC is someone that takes my time through the first story. Magnificent storyline? Are we talking about the same game, Wookie? Like, really? The storyline was so forced and so boring. Like, here's this mechanic, and it doesn't even explain why it's a thing in the end. Like, we know that the Dynamax energy comes from Eternatus, but we don't know why, how, or, you know, the backstory between how people decided to shut this information up. We don't know what happened in the past. Like, there's so many plot holes that are not filled in that it's just aggravating as a story element. At least with, like, the Mega Evolutions, we kind of get to know some information about it. Black and White, that is a story. Black and White is a phenomenal story for Pokemon. Second to the story of Black and White is Ruby, Emerald, and Sapphire. That story is also a good story. Sword and Shield, I feel like it just pushes you. I was never once invested in the story. I always dreaded going to a new route because I was just going to get a cutscene for something I didn't want. I wanted to find the Pokemon. I wanted to battle. I did not care what Sonia or Hop wanted me to go do at all. The DLC story, though, in Sword and Shield, Isle of Armor, I was hooked. Dynamax Adventure Raids, I wanted to know more about. Like, I thought those were cool. The tree argument is that the trees look like they're from a PS2 game, and that's what people use as a basis about why the games are lazy. Yeah, I don't base Pokemon games on graphics. I mean, Nintendo's very obviously not trying to win any graphic awards, so like, I base it on story and the new Pokemon. Wookie Spooky, I respect that comment. I love Black and White. Black and White is my second favorite region. You liked Sword and Shield's storyline. Now S and V have the worst storyline plus the worst bad guy characters. I can give you that, Star Killer. SV does have a pretty bland storyline, but I do like how we can do things in any order we want. I thought that was cool. Execution maybe not the best, but I think for the most part the world and the Pokemon made up for it. Thank you, someone understands. Yeah. Emerald was your first and favorite villager. That is a win comment. Emerald is pretty much undisputedly the best Pokemon game ever made. The only one that I've heard comes close to it is Platinum. And I think it's due to sheer number of players. Lamppost says 72 resets. I do see that this game owes me a longer hunt. Like, statistically, at some point, I am owed an over odds encounter. I hope it's not on this Pokemon. Starkiller, you love the open world, but the story was lame. Okay, that's fair. I liked Penny as a character. Nimona wasn't anything special. Arven was okay. I think I gravitated more towards Penny for some reason. In finding out that Peony's her dad just made it that much better. It makes sense because your favorite type is water. And guess what Hoenn is full of? Yeah, buddy. Land of Water. You didn't like Penny or her weird friends? Yeah, her friends were freaking weird, weren't they? But I don't know. I like Penny for some reason. Maybe it was all of the evolutions. I don't know. You like the Pokemon games where we are forced to fight trainers because in your SV Pokemon, we're very underleveled for a while? Nah. Nah. Trainers should be optional. Because with the advent of XP share for everything and XP for catching Pokemon, I swear you can go through the entire game without battling a trainer and still be appropriate leveled if you complete your Pokedex. The only thing cool about her was the Eevee backpack and her Pokemon. A little bit brutal, but I understand. I do understand. I think the reason why I liked Penny is I saw who she was from the get-go. You know they're annoying, but at least your Pokemon leveled up along the way with the trainers. Otherwise, you don't really do anything to level them up. I don't know, my first playthrough, I avoided like all of the trainers. And I just caught Pokemon after Pokemon after Pokemon and leveled up that way. Did a good number of raids, got some rare candies, leveled up my team that way. Didn't really need to battle trainers. Trainers in SV are kind of irrelevant. Outdated. Boring. Bland. Unnecessary. Use the game mechanics and you're golden. You don't normally catch Pokemon unless they're shinies. I am obligated to complete the dex in every Pokemon game I play. Gotta catch them all. Used to be the Pokemon's theme song. Used to be the Pokemon's catchphrase, but it is not anymore. You've never completed the dex in any game? Well, Wookie, you might be bored to tears when we go ahead and do our Professor Oak challenge each generation. Because when I am finished with my shiny hunts for gens 1 through 7, I will be going through and doing a Professor Oak run for each generation, and a Nuzlocke for each generation, and a shiny only badge quest for each generation, so long as bank stays open. Blue Devil. Can't say that I do Blue Devil, or have at all in the slightest. Nothing like the Pokemon rap. Indeed. Good time, good time. And Wookie Spooky, when you asked what do you mean, were you referring to the Professor Oaks challenge by chance? Because if that's the question, Professor Oaks challenge is where you enter a route and you cannot leave the route until you catch all the Pokemon available in that route. Some of them do go as far to say is you have to get every Pokemon that can be obtained before you leave the route. So like if you go to Route 1 in Red and Blue, you can find a Pidgey and a Rattata there. You have to catch a Pidgey, you have to catch a Rattata, and you have to evolve them into a Pidgeotto, or Pidgeot, and a Raticate before you can progress to the next route. There are concessions made for Stone Evolution Pokemons, of course, because you cannot evolve a Nidoran or Nidorina into a Nidoking or Nidoqueen until you get to Mount Moon. So there are some things that you just cannot do. But I think that's why most Professor Oak's challenges only have you catch the Pokemon on the route before you can progress. Which isn't too terribly hard to do, but there are other concessions that are looked at in that as well. Favorite Paradox Pokemon? You like Slithering? I don't know. It's a toss-up between Iron Valiant and Roaring Moon. Like, I was a Gardevoir fan before it was before it was a thing. But I love Salamence. I love Salamence. I love Metagross. I have to go with probably Slither with Roaring Moon. I have to be lame. I do appreciate Slitherwing though. The Gen 3 is strong. Dude, I am a Gen 3er through and through. I cannot think of a single bad Pokemon that I do not like in Gen 3. Swampert, best starter ever. Well, I guess I should say Mudkip's the best starter ever. Love Swampert. Absolutely love Swampert. Flygon, best dragon. Not really, but it's definitely one of my favorites. Like, I can do a run through Pokemon, and without fail, there will be a Gen 3 Pokemon on my team. You know, without Gen 1 and Gen 2. Ludicolo, freaking amazing. Swampert, Ludicolo, Gardevoir, Metagross, Salamence, Altaria, Flygon, Cacturne, Camerupt. Freaking amazing Pokemon. And let's not forget about Slaking. Like, that one's really cool. Wookie Spooky, if I address the comment, it's generally okay to remain. If I address it and I don't want it there, I will say delete it. But if I ignore the comment entirely, go ahead and delete it. Like, part of streaming is knowing that people are going to come in with a salty attitude. Not sure where they were going with that, but sometimes people just be a little trolly. No, you're fine. You're fine, man. You got super lucky with your annual Emerald playthrough and got a shiny gecko named Aqua. Hey, that's what's up. That is what's up. I did not used to like Trico, but I love Trico now. Considering that Slaking has an equal BST with Kyogre. I don't know, I love Bagon. Bagon is so cool to me. Like, I think my two least standoutish Pokemon in Ruby and Emerald and Sapphire, like, what do you guys think are my least two enjoyed Pokemon in that generation? Do I like to say slaking or slacking? I know it's supposed to be slacking because it's slacking off, but I cannot call it a slacking. And I can't call it a slack off either. Like, I know that's how it's pronounced, and I know that's the intent behind it, but I have to say Slakoth, Vigoroth, Slaking, even though I know there's absolutely grammatically nothing there saying that, hey, you need to make the A sound here. It is most definitely supposed to be slacking. But in this day and age, how can you say the name of such an immensely powerful Pokemon, such an OG, without saying Slaking? Like, how can you not? You know? What's up, Poppy? How you doing? welcome to the stream. We do a little shiny hunting. Looking for a sparkly aqua-colored Manaphy that is going to take far too long to appear. Wookie Spooky, it is most definitely option number 1. It is most definitely Rayquaza. Oh, it's most definitely Arceus. Like, Arceus is the only acceptable pronunciation. When Pokemon Company has deemed to not provide an official pronunciation, we will default to M&J TV. Barring M&J TV's pronunciation, I would say it's Arceus. But tell me why M&J TV has officially given the legal pronunciation of many Pokemon. Great Arceus and Yavatal. I see how you would call it Arceus because of Zeus. It's more of because ARC typically to me just means Arc, and then it's Eus. But Arceus also makes sense. I just can't call it Arceus. I can't. Because he's just that cool. What will you name your Prince of the Sea when you get him? Super Gamer, that is a great question. I have deemed to make it so that the highest super chatter at the time that we find the shiny gets the nicknaming rights. So far, that individual is Big W with a $10 super chat. And they have chosen either Squirt or... Chat, help me out. Whis, what was the other name? It was Squirt and something else. Was it Splash? I wrote it down. No, I did. Def Aquafina. Ha. The Bobberson, welcome to the chat. I'm too sleepy as well. Drizzle. It was Squirt or Drizzle. Aquafina was also thrown out there. And Asani. It was definitely Squirt for the S. I'm pretty sure it was Drizzle. But, yeah, we are definitely doing some nicknaming rights for the highest super chatter because I just think that's a cool idea. Arsenon elected to name my Jirachi Pikachu, so that's pretty funny. You named yours Ocean Soul. That's actually a pretty cool name. I can't throw shade at that. I know a lot of people go with Neptune. I can't think of Neptune without thinking about Ed, Ed, and Eddie myself, but that's just me. Going to need to do a Fione hunt soon. Got any names for it? Mini-Me. Or since it's a Manaphy, Minifee. Good night, Whis. You have a wonderful evening. You should name it iPhone. That's actually pretty funny. Wookie. iPhone. I can respect that name. Have I done a shiny Giratina hunt? You remember one of my older BSP shiny hunts? You said you were going to get Giratina next, but couldn't find a video of me hunting it. Yeah, I streamed it a few times, but back then I was doing a thing where I would stream really diligently for a month and then not stream at all for a little while. I was doing Giratina, but when I came back from streaming from my last break, I really jumped hard on Jirachi. So Giratina is something I need to do eventually, but I am focused on earlier games. Once I get to my regular streaming schedule and get that ironed out, what I will be doing is I will take one day and shiny hunt on the Switch, and then the rest of the time will be oriented towards a playthrough goal. So that's kind of the tentative plan. I need to do a shiny Virizion hunt on Sword Shield, and I am currently in the middle of a Giratina hunt. I have somewhere, I feel like in the ballpark of 800 resets on Giratina. If I am able to, Giratina will definitely be finished hunting in October. It depends on where I'm at. In addition to trying to finish my playthrough of Five Nights at Freddy's. I can definitely feel my voice becoming more and more lost the longer I stream. Halloween is so close, already 5 months, and this year has already had 5 months pass. Yeah, we are halfway through the year to spooky time. You right, Super Gamer. It's not the worst game ever. It's the worst remake ever, but it's not the worst game ever. I enjoy BDSP. I like it better than the originals in some aspects, just because it is a little bit faster than the originals, but not much. Ryan Winstead, I am not. I feel like that was a comment to try to get me to say something, but I can't for the life of me figure out what it was supposed to get me to say. Is a famous streamer. I gotcha. They're much faster than the OG. Still disappointed that the platinum outfits were mystery gifts only and no platinum episode was a bummer. Yeah, I really feel like they should have done like a Delta episode for platinum. I have vaguely heard of Captain Shakespeare. I saw their channel a few days ago while I was scrolling through YouTube. Didn't really click on it, didn't really watch, but I have heard of them. I have came across their channel. But no, I do not personally know them. Oh, I think I ran out of Pokemon to hatch. I did. Well, that one is not shiny. Not shiny. Not shiny. Not shiny. Alright, we got 3 more games to check. You watched him just before here? Makes sense. Welcome back, Wookie. Long time no see. Also, I haven't even been paying attention to Twitch, so if somebody's been chatting in on Twitch, I profusely apologize. Did we ever hit the like goal? Because I honestly haven't been keeping track of it myself. Nope. Ooh, I got trade on the first time, y'all. That never happens. I am doing both of these controllings of the Switches, or of the 3DSs that I'm working with to trade, while simultaneously trying to run my Soul Silver copy so I can get a new trade file going for it. Who is my favorite plushie behind me? Oof, that's a loaded question. I have to say my Mew plushie right now. Currently, it is my Mew plushie, but that is because my Mudkip I just ordered from Build-A-Bear is not here right now. Yeah, that little boy up there. Favorite mythical, go. Jirachi. Second, Marshadow. Third, Celebi. Least favorite, Shaman. Jirachi is my favorite, not just because I'm a Gen 3 person, but because Jirachi was the first mythical I ever obtained. Legitimately. Um, because I somehow managed to have my parents pre-order Pokemon Coliseum for me for Christmas. I was able to get the bonus disc when it came out, and I was able to flaunt that on the playground with my friends. Be like, yo, I have unlimited Jirachi. That was pretty awesome. The Jirachi dealer. For real, though. And one of my friends at the time was bound and determined that he was going to make me trade him a Jirachi for a egg of a Bagon because for some reason I couldn't find it in my game. And he's like, yeah, I'll give you a Bagon egg for a Jirachi. Bunch of crap. So I told him, no, I'm not going to do that. And while we were on a sleepover, I traded one of his Bagon over to my game, hatched an egg, and then traded him his Bagon back while he was asleep because my friend could never stay awake longer than myself. So about the time when I realized he was trying to do very unfair trades, I just said screw it. I don't know. I think we all have that one friend. It's like, I like you, I really do. But you have a propensity to try and, you know, use and abuse me. But yet we allow it. We used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! All the freaking time. And I did some pretty absurd Yu-Gi-Oh! Trades to help him out and to try to get some cards I wanted. But admittedly, looking back, I was getting screwed over pretty hardcore. Um, with my particular group of friends, I was always a workhorse, so like my parents didn't buy me a whole lot outside of Christmas, but I usually had some sort of a summer gig that I was doing, like mowing lawns for my grandpa and my aunt, mowing lawns for the neighbor type stuff. So like I always had money in my pocket to go and buy Pokemon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, the games, all that fun stuff. So I was often a person that would buy things for my friend group. And one of my friends took advantage of that. And it's funny because as we got older, we stopped hanging out as much. And it's funny. Okay? So this is a very long tangent for my friend group and whatnot, but I think it's worth diving into. Um, I had four friends growing up, more than four, but like my best four friends, five. We'll say five. My best five friends. Um, none of my friends had similar dynamics to myself as far as income and what we were able to do. Um, I had more pocket change than any one of my friends, and probably a lot of them combined. But like, my friends weren't poor by any means. They just didn't have a means to get free spending cash for whatever the crap they wanted. And it's funny how, regardless of who I hung out with, I was usually the type of person that was like, hey, I want to go see a movie. Do you want to go see a movie? And then, without fail, most of my friends like, yeah, man, I would, but I don't have any money, man. And then I'd just be left there going, I didn't ask if you had money. I asked if you wanted to go, you know? Um, didn't care if you had money or not. I asked if you wanted to go. I'm implying that I am going to foot the bill because I want company and I want to go do this. So, do you want to go? And it's funny to me how my friends that saw the value in that were hesitant to take it and be like, nah, man, I don't want to impose. You don't need to be doing that. Were the ones that I always invited. But the friends that tried on a daily basis to manipulate me and screw me out of things and try to get me to spend my money, I never really did that with them. I never invited them on those type of endeavors. And I just think it's super funny. Also, I don't need to be in here. It's almost like on a base level I knew who were my friends because they actually liked me and we got along, and who were my friends because I got things for them. And the friend that was always like, yeah, man, I want to go, but I don't have money to go. Sorry. Is still my best friend to this day. Which makes sense because we actually, have a connection and we can go forever without talking to each other and pick it back up like it was yesterday. And it's really cool. Like, this is also a friend that out of high school, they went off and did a summer sales job and then came back and needed some help for a minute. And I'm like, hey, you said you're trying to do this job, this gig. You said you didn't have a car. Here's my old car. Didn't care what happened to it. I spent like $600 on a stupid thing my sophomore year of high school. I graduated. I got a semi-big boy job and got a new car. It's like, here, use this. I don't care. Just don't crash it. Carry insurance on it, Whatever. And like, I don't say that to just like flex, be like, oh yeah, I was just doing well off. I just said, here, friend, have a car to use. No, it's because I couldn't imagine doing that for any other one of my friends. in the reason why I was able to do that was because I was the youngest child, whereas some of my friends were the oldest children. And my brother was able to do it for me first. When I was trying to save up money for a car initially, for that first $600, he let me use his truck to go to and from school so that I could get home a little faster and go do other things to make money with a part-time shop gig that I had at the time. I was working in a car shop doing brake changes and oil changes when I was a sophomore in high school. Glad I don't have to do that crap anymore, though. But in high school, that's part of the reason why I was able to have money to go pretty much do whatever I wanted and go to the movies all the time, is because I did 3 hours a night every day after school, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Well, I guess it was Monday through Thursday, I should say. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I had Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. And I spent 3 hours working, got $30 a day. That was pretty good for a high school student, in my opinion, for not a lot of work. How many have we hatched here? One more. The Zacian used to be in the hands of a bad person, but now you own him. You have a Zacian you saved from somebody. How did that go about, Wookie Spooky? Alright, moment of truth. Got a trainer ID of 65183. Super Gamer is also intrigued. So there was this kid that you were always super nice to, and he acted like a friend but bullied you most of the time. And one time you convinced him to trade his shiny Zacian for your Gen shiny Zacian. Because he didn't care if they were Gen, and I did care if it was legit or not. Valid. Valid. Sounds like a good trade for everybody. You don't go to that school anymore. A little bit of moving. Yeah, you do school online from what I remember you said, Wookie, right? That's why your schedule's so random. He was truly evil, especially because of your anxiety issues. You freak out really bad when someone is mad at you, and he would be mean to you and mad at you almost every day for the littlest things. That sounds like a pretty terrible friend, if I do say so. Since sixth grade? Yeah, terrible indeed. Hmm. Yeah. My friend that was not as nice as my other ones was also a youngest child. I watched them do some things that I was just like, I could never. I know it sucks having an older sibling beat up on you. I I know how bad it can be, but I legit watched this kid go pick a fight with his brother just to fake ball loud enough that his mom could hear, and his mom ripped his brother a new one, and his brother did absolutely nothing to him. Like, I just watched this happen on a freaking bi-monthly basis, I swear. Like, twice a month this would happen when I'd be over and he would just pull some crap like that. And like, you wonder why your brother beats the crap out of you, man. Like, I got picked on by my brother a lot, but I never faked it to my mom and be like, oh, you need to discipline my brother because he's being mean, you know? This same friend tried to manipulate me and thought I was like way cooler than he was. Would try to manipulate me as a person, but failed to take into consideration that I had an older brother that did that on the daily. Like, if I wasn't gonna give him an inch, I'm definitely not. It's not gonna work with my friend. Like, it was just some. It was just absurd. Some of the crap he'd pull. Super Gamer, you have a great night. Thanks so much for chatting it up with us, hanging out in the stream. Been a pleasure to have you here. Oni, hello. Do I accept your challenge? Put ketchup on pizza. I think it kind of already is, isn't it? Kind of. But maybe. I can think of weirder things to put on pizza. So, sure. Isn't that just marinara sauce with less steps? Exactly. It's pizza sauce with less seasoning. Oh, I need to catch some Pokemon. It's almost time to trade to my Soul Silver card. In the distant background, yes, that is Baby Coin. Yeah, I'm actually surprised that's audible on the mic. Is anybody else a fan of how my voice just went down three pitches over the course of this stream? Hi, Boberson still hanging out in the chat. Been a minute. Basically, Wookie, basically. I don't know if you guys know who it is, but I suspect a few of you might because of living out in the Midwest to Central states. This is just my this is my Josh Turner arc. You know, that country singer with the really, really low voice. Timmy Turner moment. Josh Turner is awesome. Josh Turner is pretty great. Got some good songs. Oh, come on, game. You did this last time, too. Yeah. The last few nights we had a humidifier in there for him, but my wife is using that tonight. Baby turned the... Oh, wait. No, it's... Baby lock the doors and turn the lights down low. Unfortunately, when my voice is this low, it likes to catch and waver too much. Long back Black Train was amazing. There's a long black train coming down the line. I don't think I can sing much more than that, though. My voice actually does hurt quite a bit. And nobody hit me just focusing on the chimchar in the background. In its single eye. Did Nightbot snipe who? Oh, I don't think so. That was when country music was actually good. And when it was actually country, no less. And not hip-hop. No, Wookie, that says message retracted. That means the user took the message back. And I do believe you're right. The only country you like now is Upchurch. Never heard of it. Man, that Manaphy thing is so great, but it's like right in the way of my face right now. Totally a me error, but maybe I just need to do that. Hey, there we go. Problem solved. You thought a mod was hiding in the shadows or something? I mean, Stryker did make a Batman reference, so it wouldn't surprise me. But he's also not a YouTube mod, so who knows? I am anticipating on getting through these shinies fast enough that I haven't even taken my GameCube off my desk yet. I probably should though. This Doge Games, welcome. What's happening right now? Why are you only walking around? We're hatching Manaphy eggs. That's what we're doing. What is the black line on my screen? What screen? This Doge Games. We are walking back and forth to hatch these many Manaphy eggs, check if they're shiny, trade them onto one of my 7 other Gen 4 cartridges that have a save file on them, hatch them there, check if they're shiny, rinse and repeat. When I move up and down, a black line shows on it. Which screen are we talking about? Congrats on being the first streamer to pronounce my name. How is that not pronounceable? It's literally Doge. Like, Dogecoin. I know what Dogecoin is properly. I mean, I'll take it. I mean, it's not like you have Suicune in your name, so, like, we know how to pronounce English. Oh. I guess I could see how they would say this doggy gamer or this dogie gamer. That makes sense. But no, it's Doge. Dogecoin. Elon Musk. I will admit to owning Dogecoin. They say this Doji game. Oh. Or this doggy game. Gosh dang. Come on now. Come on now. Somebody needs to watch some memes if they're pronouncing it that way. Uncultured kitty cats. I love it. No, as a joke, I let people donate to the channel through Discord and other various platforms in the form of Dogecoin, so like, I just think it's super funny. If Dogecoin and Shiba Inu ever become worth something, I'll be a very rich man. If I move up and down, a black line pops up on my 3DS screen. So like that. Like the black line at the bottom. And at the top. Dude, that's the bounds of the game, man. Kind of like how if I move left and right, a black line appears. If you were Chinese, you would think Dogecoin is a 5-star Wagyu steak. Why is that? Wagyu. I don't actually know how that I don't know how that is supposed to be pronounced, I'm gonna be honest. It was on the floor. Yeah, that's weird. Oh, I think we're done hatching. All right, we got a trainer ID of 56933. That's because you'll eat the dog thinking it's cow. Maybe. All right, not shiny. Not shiny. Not shiny. Not shiny. And then we do a twice over check here. Make sure I did not miss anything. It's just a racist stereotype. I don't even think it was a stereotype done correctly, though, is the sad part, Bobberson. Because, isn't the stereotype about cats? Do newer Pokemon games let you use the name Brass, or do they censor it? They absolutely do, except for in the newer games, I do not use Brass, I use Brass Coin. These games just are not long enough to do the full 8 letters. I think you're capped out at 7. At least in Generation 3 you are. All right, we are trading to the new game cart here. This will be the last set of, well, maybe not. We'll see. It's probably going to be the last set of 4 eggs we hatch, but there might be one more. Likely going to be the last set of 4. We got 16380. Oop, apparently I ended the chat. My bad, my bad. Wookie Spooky, my name is not Bryce. If my pronouns were shiny Manaphy, you would be happy? Nah. We established they were shiny Jirachi. No changes. That works. Shiny Hunter also works. No, my channel name does not sound like my real name. It has some of the same letters. An anagram is where you take letters and rearrange them from one word to another word. It's Brandon, isn't it? Let's go, Wookie. No, you didn't. I was just making a Let's Go Brandon reference. You're gonna upset the world with that? Unfortunately, my channel is built off of memes. If people can't take a joke, they don't need to be here. I accepted that a long time ago. Now, I don't get political here on the channel, but I think jokes are to be cracked and had on all sides. Keeping the politics out. Let's Go Brandon will never not be funny. Just 2020 was so freaking wild. Like, all you can do is laugh. Making fun of the president will never not be funny, right? Like, somebody's gotta be. Brass coin political views revealed. Good clickbait thumbnail. Yeah. We tend to not talk politics here because this is not a place for, you know, real world issues most of the time. We talk about life, which has real issues in it, but we don't talk about the real divisive issues except for why Generation 8 and 7 suck way worse than any other generation. Like, that's the most political we get here on the channel, for the most part. For the most part, the most religious we get on the channel is which of the many Pokemon cults you belong to. Whether it's Gen 1, whether it's Gen 4, whether it's Lechonk or Fido or Whoop or Supremacy. Like, we have factions. Same, Starkiller, same. Everybody should get along. I try. Can't please everybody, unfortunately. Some people just don't like to see other people be happy. Team Rocket for sure. I will always maintain and hold the stance that Team Plasma is in fact the most evil team in Pokemon history. Team Plasma. Team Rocket's dirty. Team Plasma is the most evil. Logistically and objectively. Plascole. Interesting name. Love how you have to emphasize the K in order to say that name without a cuss word. Heart Gold and Soul Silver are the best. I can get behind that. I can support the belief. What is the team in black and white called? Because the guy with the green hair looks cool, and you're assuming he leads an evil team. There's actually two guys with green hair in black and white. If you're referring to N, he's the prince. If you're referring to Genesis, he is the king, and that is Team Plasma. And Team Plasma is the most evil team in Pokemon history. Wookie Spooky, it's because you really have to emphasize the P, L, and the K, or else you cannot get those letters in there, and the K sounds like an H. The Haywire Gamer, thank you so much. I love my Gengar hat. I should have ordered a second one when I had the opportunity, but alas, I missed the opportunity. And now I only have this one, and when it dies, it dies. Oh, I see it now. Yeah, it takes a little bit. But if you say it quickly, it's one of those tongue twisters, like holding your tongue and saying apple. How are you doing tonight, Haywire Gamer? Hopefully well. Currently on a hunt in Emerald for a shiny Rayquaza. I had to say it like that because somebody asked me like that earlier. Are you... How are you doing this hunt? I do have to ask. Because that sounds kind of difficult unless you're RNG manipulating it. Just because I don't think Rayquaza has the runaway method like Mew does. So you would be soft resetting each time, which means you have to have a time delay of some kind, right? Soft resetting on a Game Boy. How are you offsetting your resets, Haywire? Have 28 likes, 2 more for the like goal. We can probably hit it. I mean, I am on my last set of 4A catches, but we can probably hit it. Like, Haywire, surely you're not just turning the game off and on again to reset it, right? Um, yeah, before I explain offsetting, how long have you been shiny hunting? On GBA games, this will be your first. Okay, so Haywire Gamer, how many resets have you done on Emerald? 200. Okay. Look up shiny hunting on Pokemon Emerald. I'm gonna have some bad news for you. Unless your shiny frame is somewhere in the first 1,000, you will never get a shiny by soft resetting in Pokemon Emerald. Due to a coding error in Pokemon Emerald, Pokemon Emerald is basically the equivalent of a dry battery cartridge of Ruby and Sapphire. It will never generate a new shiny seed. So every time you turn off and on that game, you are going to get the same frame every single time if you press your buttons in the same time. I don't know how better to explain it. Like, on Ruby and Sapphire with a working battery, when you turn on the game, it loads a shiny seed, which determines on what frame you're going to get that shiny on. Okay? So, hey Glenn, welcome. Thanks for the compliment. In Ruby, I turn on the game, say my shiny frame is 556. I turn it off, I turn it back on, it's going to re-roll that shiny frame, and I'm going to get like, 1,087 or something like that. All right? Every time I turn it off, that frame that's shiny is going to be different. And then when I hit the button, assuming that I'm just, hitting A with the same rhythm, should be the same start to finish. It takes 500 seconds for the game to boot up, then you can hit A for the encounter. If I do it the exact same way every single time on Pokemon Emerald, I will never hit that shiny, ever. Unless it just happens to be within the first 1,000 frames. Aaron Queen just got us to 30 likes, thank you so much. So Emerald is a really great game to use for RNG manipulation, because if you can get your trainer ID and your secret ID, you can find out what your shiny frame is going to be, set a timer for how long it's going to take to hit that frame when you boot up the game, and you can, it's called Eon timer, and you can offset it, say, hey, I need to hit frame 5086. It will run a timer for you on when you need to press A in order to hit that frame that's going to be shiny. But soft resetting on Emerald will never work. Well, thank you, Glenn. Much appreciated. It's more of the cat was locked out of the bedroom and can't get up on the bed, so she's kind of protesting it. But yeah, Haywire Gamer, if you check out the Shiny Mew or the Shiny Deoxys hunt video I have, the Shiny Mew will probably be not as good as the Deoxys, because the Deoxys, I actually explained it a little bit better. That Shiny Deoxys video is actually a really good one to watch for how RNG manipulation kind of works. I was able in 3 hours to get 13 shiny, legendary, and mythical Pokemon in Pokemon Emerald through RNG manipulation. Mr. Limbo, welcome to the stream. Scarlet and Violet shiny bot code 12471247 to get unobtainable shinies like Zacian and Cytogaleo. When you played Pokemon as a kid, you never heard about shiny Pokemon? Was that something added after the first game? And it shows? Yeah, actually, second game, it was added. And if you're lucky, Pokemon that you trade through the time machine from red, blue, and yellow to gold, silver, and crystal could be shiny if the stats match a certain thing. Danny, I'm gonna be honest, not right off. With a name like Danny and a blank profile picture, definitely gonna have to bring up some things we talked about in order for me to make the connection. I have not seen the name Danny in a very long time. Alright, this one is not shiny, not shiny, not shiny, and not shiny. Alright. You have anxious thoughts about your kid's self finding shiny and leaving it without knowing it was shiny? Yes. By the way, when do I stream? You just randomly check if you stream. My only consistent schedule right now is Monday night, 11:59 p.m. and Saturday night, 11:59 p.m. Every time else is just extra at the moment. In the future, I will be getting a better stream schedule. I am moving into a 3-bedroom apartment here in the end of the month, so I should have more time for streaming during the day because my kid can be in his room playing, my wife can be in the living room doing her thing, I can be in my studio doing my thing, and I'll be able to stream at night a little bit easier too, because right now I am streaming in where my dining room is supposed to be. So if somebody needs a glass of water, if a kid needs to be out of his room, and running around, that's just a lot of noise and distractions for me. So I can't stream whenever I want to. That will be changed when I get the 3-bedroom apartment we're moving into. So it should be a little bit easier, a little bit better. Dog? Remember getting your first shiny after hunting for 3 hours? It was a Caterpie. That's what's up. Yes, if you can run away from Rayquaza and then come back to it and do that over and over again, it will re-roll the shiny. Because what it's doing is when you first turn on that game, it generates the seed saying these are the frames that can be shiny, and it calculates them infinitely as long as you play the game. So you can continue to run away, encounter, and it will generate a new one. People use that to shiny hunt Mew all the time, because in Emerald that's the only way you can shiny hunt Mew is to run away, come back, and it will re-roll every single time. And the amount of trolls I've gotten is pretty high, but we have been streaming for pretty much 3 hours, guys. As you can tell, my voice is literal garbage right now. I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. If you guys are not subscribed and you don't want to lose the channel, smash that subscribe button, hit the bell so you can be notified when I do go live. It'll send a ping to you. and you can pop into the stream. It'd be greatly appreciated. We'd love to see this channel grow. We'd love to see the streams grow and get a better stream following for the future when we try to become a full-time streamer. We're shooting for 30,000 subscribers this year, 100,000 in the next 2-3 years, and we'll just see where we get to with a consistent stream schedule. You guys have a great night.